Hi, good morning everyone. How are you? For real, how are you guys? This video is gonna be a honest, true update with my life. I feel like this is something that I've been wanting to do for a couple weeks now, but I haven't actually sat down and done it. So I have my little handy dandy notebook right here, so that way I can stay on task, because you guys know that I can just start talking and I don't know how to shut up. So I do have my notebook, so if you see me looking down, it's only because I'm just trying to see where it is that I'm at, and I want to cover all of the points that I've been thinking about. So like I said, this video is really just an update on my life. I feel like from when I started this channel, my life has drastically changed. Like, it really has. And I feel like you guys have been a part of this journey, and I really want to explain into detail how it's changed and how this directly affects my channel, if that makes any sense. So, when I first started this channel, I started this channel basically just giving travel advice. You know, I wanted to just give travel advice because I've been traveling for such a long time, and I feel like a lot of people have asked me, like, hey Diamond, like, you know, I want to know about this visa, and how do I go here, and how do you do this, and how do you do that? And I feel like I feel like I only answer those questions for like friends and family, and I feel like a lot of people were trying to push me to be a travel agent, but I knew that it was something that I didn't want to do. And then, you know, I discovered YouTube, and I always knew YouTube was out there, but I didn't know anything about creating content. I feel like a lot of you think that I've been doing this forever, when truly I haven't. I created my channel a little over a year ago. Before then, I went to college, I graduated, I was a vet tech in New York. I worked for 7 years. I worked in emergency hospitals. I worked in like local domestic hospitals. I did an internship at Kruger National Park in South Africa, where I worked with lions and elephants and rhinos. Like, I have a pretty amazing resume, I would say. Like, when it comes to veterinary stuff. However, I had gotten to the point where I really wasn't happy. I think that my whole life, you know, I mean, I know I'm going a little into detail, but you know, I grew up in foster care in New York, and I went through a lot of stuff, you know, as a kid. And I feel like I was trying so hard to not be a statistic. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, not be a statistic as in, oh, you know, you grew up in the foster care system, and, you know, all of this stuff happened to you, so you're gonna either end up like, you know, like a prostitute, or you're gonna end up in jail or something like that. So I fought so hard to make something of myself that it was like I pushed myself to the best thing that I thought I could be, even though I didn't realize that I wasn't happy. And I went to a college where it was pretty much everybody was Caucasian, and it was really difficult for me to get around, which I think pushed me even more, because I remember the first day that I was in school and I went to an advisor. And the first day I met my advisor, and you know, the advisors, they say like, oh, what do you want to be? So I was like, oh, I want to be a vet. And my advisor straight up told me, like, you need to choose something else. That's not for you. And I said, why? And she was like, you know, you come from New York City. Like, why do you think that you can become a vet? Like, being in the vet field is a very difficult field, and it's not something that a girl like you can achieve. So that crushed my feelings, but of course it motivated me to just go harder, if that makes sense. Like, I was like, nah, like, who does she think she is? I was so mad. And she would not put me in the program, and she said in order for me to be in the program, I had to have a GPA of a 3.5 and above. So obviously it was my first semester, so I never had a GPA at all. So she put me in like another program, like a business program, because you know they expect that all black people just want to do business. They can't be doctors or they can't be anything else besides just, you know, just get a business degree or a liberal arts degree. I don't remember which program she put me in. And that first semester, sure enough, I had a 3.9 GPA. So I went back in at the end of the semester and I was like, these are my grades, these are my GPA. I was like, I said GPS. Y'all, I travel too much. This is my GPA, and you need to put me in the program. So she didn't have a choice but to sign it off. She signed it off, and then I changed my advisor. I just wanted to prove a point, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want her as an advisor. Like, you kidding me? You don't even support? Like, you don't even believe in me. So then I got into that program, I graduated, blase, and then that's what I did for 7 years. And it's no secret, especially if you're in the vet field, like, you know that it has one of the highest suicide rates, because most people are overworked. They have to deal with crazy clients, like people who just beyond love their dogs, and they're just like very unreasonable. You just have to deal with a lot. Like, it's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? Most management is terrible. I had went to a couple different hospitals, and I realized that it didn't matter what hospital I was in, I just wasn't happy. Like, I just straight up was not happy. So I decided to get out of the field. I mean, the thing is that it carries everywhere with you. I actually just got a job offer here in Arusha at a vet clinic here once he found out like my credentials and stuff like that. And it's something that I am thinking about because I do miss working with animals. I just don't miss working with the people, if that makes sense. Like, it's that part of it that just really draws me away. Anyways, I'm just giving you a little background on me, okay? So then, even within all that time, I got exposed to traveling from my first internship in South Africa. That's how my first trip out of the country was South Africa. That was the first time I was ever on a plane, was to come to South Africa. And I had an amazing experience. I did. I worked at Kruger National Park. It was the best job. I loved it. Like, I straight up loved it. And yeah, I think that's also what pushed me so much into the field, is because I just had such a great time in South Africa. But as you know, New York is completely different. So when I worked in New York, it was awful. But then when I was working in South Africa, I loved it. So, give or take. Anyways, so then after that time, you know, I got in an abusive relationship, and, you know, I don't like to talk too much about that, but it was a horrible experience. And I needed to get out. Like, I needed, like, I was tired of my job. I was tired of how I was living. I was tired of being abused. I was tired of my relationship. Like, I was just tired of everything. And I had to make a decision for myself and also for my daughter and for my safety. The biggest thing that pushed me was my safety. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out. Like, I have to get out of here. Like, I gotta get out of here. So I had a house. And I sold everything. Like, I completely sold everything. And I decided that I was going to move to Zimbabwe. And the reason why I decided Zimbabwe is because I had already had connections in Zimbabwe. I already had work in Zimbabwe. Like, I already had everything kind of set up in Zimbabwe that it was easier for me. And also, I love Zimbabwe. Like, I love the country Zimbabwe. So anyways, that did not work out for me because of COVID-19. COVID-19 happened, and everything was all over the place. Like, everything, as you guys know, countries were getting locked down. Like, everything was just happening. And at that point, I had fell into a deep depression. I mean, I had got depressed to the point where, like, I just wasn't functionable, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't working at that point. The reason why I wasn't working was because daycares were closed, so my daughter couldn't go anywhere, so I had to be home to take care of her. But I was collecting unemployment. Unemployment was they were sending those nice checks at that time, so you know, I was okay. But I was just all over the place. And then one night with my crazy psycho baby father, he pulled a stunt that put me and my daughter's life in danger. And I called the police. When I called the police came and they literally gave 2 Fs. Like, they did not care. They even tried to blame me, even though I was the victim. You know, they tried to be like, oh, like, but you, like, basically, like, and especially the way I live, like, I lived in I would say middle class area, and they didn't really care about some Bronx ghetto chick, as they would say I would be, and a Bronx ghetto Puerto Rican guy who, you know, like, they just didn't care, if that makes sense. And no matter how much I stressed to them that I was worried about my safety, that, I mean, I had proof that, listen, this is what's happening, like, I'm scared for my life, I'm scared for my daughter's life, like, this is something that's serious, they did not care. Like, they straight up did not care. At that point, I was like, I am not about to be one of those girls on Facebook that people are like, oh, rest in peace, I'm so sorry, you know, her baby father killed her, and blase, blase. I was like, oh no, okay? And at that point, there was an order of protection there, so they just didn't care. That's just the moral of the story. They didn't care. So I said, you know what? I Googled what country is open right now. Tanzania came up. So I was pretty lucky because I knew somebody here in Tanzania, my friend Kat, which, you know, is traveling sister. So I knew her here, and I called her and I said, hey, I'm coming to Tanzania. And she was like, when are you coming? And I was like pretty much I was like tomorrow, like, I'm coming. Like, because at that point I needed to make the decision of what's better for me and my safety, and I knew that I couldn't go to the police. I knew that my family lived far away from me, the little bit of family that I have, because I really don't have much family, because again, I grew up in the foster care system. I knew that I needed to do what was best for me and my daughter, okay? And I was threatened. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, if you leave the country, you know, that's considered kidnapping. And I was like, I pushed this child out. I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not about to be just one of those cases where you're like, oh, she died from domestic violence, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just didn't care. Like, I was like, I don't care what the consequences are. I am leaving. Like, I'm leaving. So at that point, because I was moving to Zimbabwe, I already had a realtor who was trying to rent out my home. More than half of my stuff was already gone, because remember, I was already in the process of leaving, but just to a different country. And then at that point, I just had things like baby stuff. I had my bed. I had like the dining room table. Like, I just had a little bit of stuff. At that point, everything that was left, I pretty much gave away for free. Like, because that's how desperate I wanted to get out. Like, straight up. Like, I pretty much gave everything away. And the stuff that I didn't give away because it meant too much to me, I put inside of a storage unit. And then we left. We had 5 bags. I had 5 bags. I had my stroller, which, guys, if you are coming to any African country, don't bring a stroller. People don't use strollers. Like, I brought a stroller and I didn't use it. Like, I used it one time and that was through the airport, and that was it. People don't use strollers here, and you feel really awkward when you do have a stroller. And then on top of that, like, you don't bring a stroller. I realized it was just like a waste of space. I did use it sometimes, especially when I wanted my daughter to stay still and eat. If I was at a restaurant or something, it definitely came like convenient. But most moms here, they carry their babies, or they, you know, the roads are so rough. It's not like you can push the stroller anyways. Like, it just, yeah. And then I brought the car seat. So that's all we came with, and it was the best decision I ever made. I would say that to the day I die. It was the best decision I ever made. Now, when I came here, the only person that I knew was Kat. And at that point, I was still a mess. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I was still emotionally a mess. I was trying to understand the transition that I was going through while also suffering from PTSD. You know, like, it was definitely, I feel like the best thing that came out of it was the fact that I felt safe. You know what I'm saying? And even while I was all the way in Tanzania, I was still suffering from nightmares and still, you know, in so much fear, as if, and I remember talking to my foster mom and her being like, Diamond, like, you're all the way over there, like, he can't get you, like, you're there, you know what I'm saying? So, but I still needed to, like, my body needed to, like, adjust to that, you know, if that makes sense. Like, I still needed to adjust to that. Anyways, so, as you guys know, I came here, I moved here. My daughter, I put her in school, and I met Hope. And my life has changed forever, you know what I'm saying? I met Hope, and the thing is that my plan was I was going to stay in Tanzania until Zimbabwe borders open, and then I was going to move to Zimbabwe. So my plan was still to move to Zimbabwe. But I met Hope. I fell in love. I got married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not think that was, it's so crazy because I still sometimes have to pinch myself, and I'm like, is this real? Like really? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just shocking to me. And I know a lot of people say, like, I met him and we fell in love and we got married fast. And although I respect people's opinion and stuff like that, I have been in such rough situations in life that I know what feels good. And I know what's right. And I know what's right for me, if that makes sense. I know what felt genuine to me, and I know how I wanted to be treated, and I got that, and it was another best decision that I've made in my life. However, now my life has changed. Now I have officially moved to Tanzania. I don't have plans to move to Zimbabwe anymore. Life has completely changed for me. Like, life has completely changed for me. So these past couple weeks really have been just trying to adjust to the life here in Tanzania. And I would say I have a pretty, you know, Hope always, like, says to me, like, yo, like, you really adjust so well. And I think the reason why I do is only because I've been to multiple African countries, so I kind of have an understanding. Even though every African country is different, there are definitely similarities. And I'm just one of those people that even if you give me a pot to piss in and, you know, a floor to sleep on, I can adjust. I am not a bushy person. A lot of people think I am, but I'm really not. You know, as a kid, I went through over 30 foster homes. Like, I have been in all types of situations. So I am such an easy person to just adjust. Like, you give me, like, a nice floor to sleep on, I will sleep. I won't have a problem. And I feel like that was one of the things that Hope was really nervous about, you know, when going around and, you know, getting his family's blessings and stuff like that, was the environment. And for me, I'm such an easy person. Like, I'm an easygoing person. So the past couple weeks really has been, you know, just getting to know Tanzania, learning Swahili. I've been in a Swahili class, spending time with my husband. You know, we are at the beginning of our marriage, and I think it's really important to spend time together. Learning how to be independent here. You know, I have a husband and stuff like that, but I also need to be independent because he can't always be around. You know, he's working and stuff, and I need to be able to, you know, get around, learn how to use pickies and bodas, and, you know, learn how to be independent here. So I've been working on that, and also just adjusting. You know, just really adjusting to everything. Also, you know, being a mom in different places also comes with its challenges. So also having that challenge. With that being said, I know that when I started my channel, I would put my daughter on camera and stuff like that. However, that is not happening anymore. Like it's just not happening anymore. I really wish that you guys would respect that. Some of you still ask about her. She is great. She's absolutely great. Some people even ask, how does she feel about Hope? She loves Hope, you know what I'm saying? That's her stepdad. Well, we don't like to use the word stepdad, but you know, that's her bonus dad, and she loves him, you know. She just turned 3 and we're really happy. But one of the things that I have learned is you have to keep some things to yourself. And privacy is really important because it's all you have. And the more information you put out there, the more it gives people to judge you. And, you know, it's just not something that I want to do. It's not something that Hope is big on. You know, Hope is actually, as you guys know, he's actually a very big private person. And even some of the stuff that, you know, I say and I do is not something that he personally would do. But, you know, we have different personalities. But because like I feel like it would be different if me and Hope had a baby and we share it with the YouTube world. However, my daughter has another father. Therefore, I have to respect the things that he says. And as of right now, he does not wish, probably from bitterness and pettiness, but he does not wish for her to be on this channel. Therefore, it's just not gonna happen. However, if you want to book a one-on-one session with me and you want to talk about being a mom out here and you want advice and stuff like that, we can completely do that, and we can talk about mom stuff and all of that stuff. Or if you're a dad and you want to come out here, like, we can do that. However, I cannot display her on this channel. I mean, maybe sometimes you would get a glimpse, but I feel like we do pretty good about not just keeping it very separate. And I also feel like the same will apply for the children that him and I have. You probably wouldn't see it on this channel anyways. You probably most likely see it on D&H Adventure, but that's a discussion that Hope and I would have to have if we would want our future children to be displayed on this channel. However, my current daughter, as I've said, she will not be on this channel. She does have a separate dad, and he does not wish for it. So that's just what it is. That's what it is. So if you guys can please respect that, I would appreciate it. Okay, so now I also want to talk about going back to my one-on-one sessions. I am doing one-on-one sessions for diasporas. It's not just diasporas, people who want to visit here, people who are just coming here just to visit. Like, you can book a one-on-one session with me. It supports me, and also I give you so much information. I've gotten such amazing feedback from the one-on-one sessions that I have been doing. People find it so useful, and usually they book even more than one session because they just find it so useful. Another thing that I've been doing is relocation services. So I have been doing relocation services. However, like, usually I do relocation services for people who do one-on-one sessions with me. It's not really a service that I've put out there. So yeah. But of course, with those relocation services, there are fees and stuff like that, of course, because, you know, a girl gotta make a living. I do still have my house in New York, and it is fully rented, and yeah, it's going great. And YouTube, I told you guys that I was having a problem with YouTube, and YouTube just gave me such an issue about, you know, about like paying me and all of this stuff, and finally, like finally, I am being paid on YouTube. So if you guys can go back and binge watch my videos, I will now be getting paid. Just turn on your iPad and just let it play. Like, I would really appreciate it because I am now officially being paid, which is great, which is absolutely great. Makes me really happy. Now, because I now live here in Tanzania, I have pretty much cut all my services off in New York. So like, I changed my phone number. Now I have a Tanzania number. We've opened up bank accounts here in Tanzania. I've pretty much shut everything down in New York. My accounts, everything. I'm pretty much have washed my hands there. Because I know that I'm going to spend the rest of my life in Tanzania, unless Hope and I decide when we retire we go live in Namibia, because we keep joking about that, like, oh, retirement, let's just go live in Namibia because we love Namibia so much. But however, I am going to be staying on the continent. So yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about is Zimbabwe. So as you guys know, I was supposed to move to Zimbabwe and continue my services there for the children and, you know, getting kids in school and stuff like that. For the people who have already sponsored kids, they are directly in contact with the kids or with the school and stuff like that, and they have a connection there. During the time that Hope and I did our backpacking around, you know, Southern Africa, we were really hoping that we can go to Zimbabwe. That was the plan. But unfortunately, when we got to the borders of Zimbabwe, we were told that the country is still locked down. So we couldn't. We already spent so much time in Namibia, just kind of waiting for Zimbabwe borders to open, and then by the time we went there, it was still closed, and they had no idea when it would open again. So we did need to come back to Tanzania, which really sucked because I actually had one of my sponsors who sponsors one of the kids come. And well, she had a plane ticket to come, and then she had to cancel her plane ticket because the borders were closed, and there was nothing we can do about it. So it really sucked. However, you know, it's out of our hands. This COVID thing is it's affect the whole world. So so with that being said, because my plans have changed, that I'm not going to be living in Zimbabwe, that now I am going to be living in Tanzania, I have shut down the GoFundMe. So I'm no longer receiving money, or not receiving money, I'm no longer accepting money for the kids in Zimbabwe. I'm not. For the people who have already sponsored, that all of that has already gone to the school, and they, at this point, the school has pretty much have taken over, because I can't physically be there. I do hope in the future that when the borders open, Hope and I have talked about we want to go back to Zimbabwe and to visit and to see our students, to, you know, to be there. For people who have sponsored the kids, you know, I know a lot of people have plans to go there to meet their kids, to meet their families and stuff like that, and I completely 100% support that. However, I do stand for what I believe in, and I do believe that every kid should have an education. So I do want to do those type of work, the same type of work here in Tanzania, in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, around this East Africa area. So I have to, you know, it's something that I have to figure out how to get into over here, you know, because it's different in Southern Africa than versus here. Yeah, so I had already started, you know, with the orphanage and stuff like that, getting them supplies and, you know, clothes and stuff. When it comes to Tanzania, because education is free, it's not so much about the school fees. It's more about, you know, uniforms, and they don't have things to wear. They don't have books, you know, things like that. So I just have to figure out how would I do that, and how would it benefit people here in Tanzania and Kenya and in East Africa. And then once I get that information, then I'll put that information out to you guys, and then you can kind of see, you know. Alright, so now on what to expect from this channel is a lot of Tanzanian content until, you know, the borders open and stuff like that and we can start traveling again. Really expect a lot of Tanzanian content, and I'm not talking about like Arusha and Dar es Salaam content. We are going to start going, Tanzania is such a huge country, and we are going to start going to different parts of Tanzania and getting to know those parts, getting to know those cultures, getting to know, you know, there's so many things to see and so many things to do. So really expect that I am back. I am officially back. I am going to start making my videos. You're going to start getting professional videos again. I know that I've been not giving you guys so much professionalism, and it's because I don't want you guys to forget about me, you know, like it hurt me. I don't want you guys to forget about me. And even though I wasn't in the mental space to put out content, I still wanted to put out at least something so that way you guys didn't forget about me. For you guys who don't forget about me, who really watch my videos, who really love my videos, I appreciate you guys so much. Like, I think that this is the reason why I continue to keep going and really put myself out there, because it's not easy putting yourself out there because people do say mean things about you and they don't even know you. But because of so much love and so much support, like, I really just, I want to be here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be here with you guys. I know that I promised you guys a video about the me getting my like visa, the under my husband and stuff like that, but we are still in the process of that. It is really just very annoying process, and I'm not gonna give you half work. I'm not gonna just, I need to give you everything. So once we're complete with that, we will definitely put that content out there so you understand. We are going to start being active on D&H Adventure. So if you guys want to know, D&H Adventure is more of my real personal side because it's Hope and I channel together. So we do silly things. We were still trying to figure out what we're going to do with that channel, but we are going to start being active on that channel. So that's, if you really wanted to see, like, you know, my daughter or you know, really get to know us and see Hope's family and stuff like that, you would find it on that channel. You would not find it here on Jules on the Run. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to subscribe to D&H Adventure. Also, if and again, so you will only see like maybe some glimpse that we couldn't possibly avoid, but Hope and I are so good about avoiding that, you know what I'm saying? So you might not, I can't make any promises. What else was I gonna say? If you're into like videography and photography and stuff like that, subscribe to Hope's channel. It's Hope FX. I'll put our channels in the link below, so that way you guys can subscribe to our channel. We will start being active. We'll probably maybe do like 2 videos a week. Tell us what you guys want to know, what you guys want to see on our channel, because like I said, our channel is more of like a personal channel on our lives and just, you know, us as a married couple, you know, because I feel like Hope and I have so much fun together, and sometimes I want to share that, you know. It's taking some time for me to break, you know, Hope's like shy bubble, because he is really shy. We have completely different personalities, but I feel like he's coming more and more and more around YouTube and stuff like that. Even if you follow his Instagram, HopeFX, I think it's with an underscore, HopeFX underscore. He rarely posts pictures of himself. Like, he just does it. But that's just who he is. So I've been getting him more and more to, you know, to open up and to be a part of, you know, this, because he really does love film, but he likes to be behind the camera, not on the camera. So when you guys say, like, on our channel, like, oh, why doesn't Hope talk so much? Just respect that that's his personality, and the fact that he's even on the camera, guys, we've gotten somewhere. We are somewhere. So that's that's a blessing, guys. Please, let's keep growing this family. Let's get some more subscribers. Please share it with your friends, share it with your family, and just stay along with this journey with me. Now you're about to see Jules on the Run, Jules on the Run, Jules on the Run on that notification. So make sure you press that bell. Make sure you press that bell. So let's see if Hope will come just to say hi. Hope, honey. Let's see if he comes. Huh? Come. Just say hi to the people. I'm so sorry for such a long video. This was like really a long video. Nice. And I just feel like there's been so many changes with me and my life, and just moving here to Tanzania permanently and being married, and just so many adjustments that I feel like I really needed to talk to you guys about. And I told them how we tried to go to Zimbabwe, but the borders were closed, and just everything with that, and that I closed the GoFundMe. And on top of that, GoFundMe doesn't support me anyways anymore, because I no longer have my US information, which GoFundMe, for real, you should allow Tanzanians to be able to open up GoFundMes. There are a lot of people who genuinely need help. But yeah, how we're switching things around. Oh, guys, we're gonna have some merchandise soon.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
We're gonna have some merchandise soon. It is going to be processed here in Tanzania. Yep. Are we gonna do something cool with it, like packaging or something? Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Sure. You gotta wait to find out, okay? You gotta wait to find out. But we do have some merchandise coming. Please, please, please support us. For real, support us, because the more you support us, the better content you can get. The more that we can buy better cameras, better equipment, so we can give you guys great content. For our livelihood. I know we working on our house, we got to get this shmoney, you know what I'm saying? So we out here grinding. Want to tell them where they can find you? It's HopeFX_, right?
Yeah, for Instagram.
For Instagram, it's HopeFX_.
Yeah,
and then YouTube is, what is it?
YouTube is HopeFX.
Oh, it's just HopeFX.
Yeah, and also right now, Shutterstock.
Shutterstock.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Yeah, it's just like a website which help photographers and the videographers to sell the photos.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so right now I already uploaded more than 20 photos.
Wow.
So for the travel, different photos like Maasai, Simba, tiger, anything. There are all animals, all safaris content. So if you want to do for printing, something like that, the canvas, so you can just go direct there to the Shutterstock_HopeFX. Yeah, so you can get
and also, if you want to, I think maybe we'll put it on my website. If I'll have him work on that. Yep. If you look at my Instagram at Jules on the Run, and you look at all of those photos are all photos that Hope has shot. So if you want to print out those photos, I remember going to a shop in New York and finding those photos and stuff like that of African countries and the Maasai and the Himba people and all of this stuff in Namibia. And no lie, those pictures would be selling for $300. Yep. For real, $300. Yep. But you guys can totally, if you're interested, you can PayPal me, you can Cashapp me, you can do whatever, and Hope will send you whichever photo you like, and you can print it out in high quality and have it in your home, for real.
Yeah, canvas, and then we just do all the size, everything you need, whatever you need to be printed, because there is I don't know exactly the papers, but I think one day I'm gonna print out the different papers, and then we can just do the video so that you can know the difference.
Because also in our home, we're gonna have all of his photos broadcasted, because I appreciate your work.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe after. Yeah, but it's still a surprise to her, so she never know about. Back in the day, after this month or 2 months later, she's gonna have like a studio, but she know exactly. I just give her the brief right now, but she don't know how it's gonna look like. You never know. You're gonna see at the back here something else. Even the table, like you see right now, she just put the book on the leg. So yeah, so we're gonna see something different. And through the walk, we just want you guys to supporting us.
Yeah, please support us, because it really does go a long way. And for the people who just send me Cash App just to say like thank you, we appreciate your content, it really does mean a lot. Like, it really does mean a lot, because you know, this is how we survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grind, and it's not something that's easy, but you know, we make it work, and we love what we do. We love talking to you guys. We love, you know, Hope loves photography and videography. Like, we absolutely love it. So definitely continue to support us. Please share this on your Facebook, your Instagram. And thank you so much for being patient with me. I know that I've kind of just been, you know, and again, that goes back to just adjusting to my new life. But we're back. We're back, right?
Yeah,
we're back.
We're back.
I promised them at least 3 videos for Jules on the Run a week, and then 2 videos for DNH.
Yeah, for real, we can.
You ready to start filming?
Yeah,
on DNH?
I was starting.
Okay, you hear that? So if we don't make up to that promise, go on HopeFX_ on Instagram and start attacking him, because I'm always well, that's not true. I haven't met Hope. Actually has been the one these past couple weeks, like, hey, let's film, let's go here, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, nah. So I can't even blame you. It's actually been me. But you know, we're back. Again, sorry for a long video. I hope you watched the whole thing. If you made it to the end, comment that you made it to the end, and I will send you kisses.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.